Hey guys, welcome to Eva. Hope everyone is happy and safe at their house. Today I have planned to change the way that I post my videos on YouTube by splitting into three parts. The first will be about the founders or the CEO, second about their business, and third a short video about the tips, advices, and their thought on entrepreneurship. Now let's get into it. I have two special guests with us, Mr. C.K. Kumaravel and Mrs. Veena Kumaravel, the founders of Naturals Beauty Salon. Mr. Kumaravel is a graduate from PhD College of Arts and Science with a degree in nutrition science. His journey of entrepreneurship started with his first business, Raga Herbal Products. Let's hear the rest from him.
Good evening, friends, and thank you, Akshay, for the opportunity to meet one more set of friends who are actually getting ready for entrepreneurship.
Yes.
I am a big fan of entrepreneurship, I would say, and an exponent of entrepreneurship, and I think, breathe, dream only entrepreneurs in my whole of my life. And it started off with my father, and he is my first entrepreneur. Obviously, most it will be like that. And I'm from a small town called Kadalur near Pondicherry, a large middle class family. I have three brothers, two sisters, and total six of us. And my father's primary business is to buy pharma products in bulk and put it in small packets and distribute to medical shops.
Mrs. Veena Kumaravel, a commerce graduate and worked with her father before getting married to C.K. Kumaravel. She's an enthusiast of herbal products and wanted to be an entrepreneur all her life. Let's hear the rest from her.
Yeah, so I'm Veena. I'm from Chennai, been born, brought up, studied in Chennai. I did commerce. I studied in Church Park, so had a fun school life, and college was all exciting, good fun. And during college, we used to, generally talk about what each of us will do. We were in the day batch of commerce, BCom, and getting into BCom in those days was a big thing. So we thought, getting into days college was a big achievement, and a group of us from convent. And when we finally went into class, we found that we were like, lost out over there, because the rest were all those very goody typical studying students, and we were like, oh, college, now it's just going to be fun. And so finally we were the backbenchers there, and
Okay.
the rest of them were all that, how it was, very studious
Yes, yes.
kids. Yeah, so it was like that. So it was a total surprise. They realized that evening college is actually more fun, but then it was too late to change. So but we had a group of good friends, about 5-6 of us, who had a good time
Yes, ma'am.
in the last row. So that was college. And then we did, we used to talk a lot, say, yeah, we should start a restaurant. We used to frequent a joint very close to our college, and we used to love the food. So we used to keep saying, okay, maybe we should start something like this among ourselves and all that. But that was all just talking. Then each of us went off in different directions. I tried doing ICWA, because since I did BCom, I thought ICWA would be the next, this thing. But I just didn't even do one semester. And that was one adventurous thing. Every evening going for the class, ICWA classes and all that. I don't know how I did that. But so that was it. Then, of course, then I was doing a small stint with my father. They had a company. I mean, my uncles and all that. So I used to just go there and, work with them. It was home appliances retail.
Okay, ma'am.
So I used to just help out for a while. Then, of course, marriage. And then after that was, my husband, of course, was into the shampoo and hair care line. And I always loved those natural products. I used to use shikakai, and so we used to do a lot of natural products. So when they got into that line, I found that very interesting. I used to go to the R&D and hang out with those people and try out new things hibiscus and all that. But all of that is okay. Also kitchen stuff, we used to try doing it at home with the mixie, grinding the
Oh.
powder and this thing. So
Okay.
yeah, then after that is when later, after a few years, maybe 5 years down the line, we went on to start Naturals. Then
Okay,
of
ma'am.
course, the whole line of business changed, and this was very interesting. Not what I'm trying to say is I never thought that I would come into this line,
Okay.
beauty line, and because I'm not a very extrovert. I'm more of an introvert person. So and not very forthcoming, talking, and I'm quite reserved and quiet. I
Okay.
don't talk much. And so, but then I found that I like doing a lot of things with natural products. So we tried, used to do a lot of interesting things in the first salon. So it caught my interest, and so till day, 20 years now,
Yeah,
we
ma'am.
are in this line of business.
Before we get into the main video, I have to mention about C.K. Kumaravel's father, Mr. Chinni Krishnan, who invented shampoo sachets, which ranked at 8th place in the top inventions after independence in India. This made a revolutionary change in the beauty industry by making high-end products available at an affordable cost. Let's hear how it was made.
And one day he was traveling to Singapore. He was always very curious. He always wanted to try new things. And he was wanting to attend an exhibition. He was traveling to Singapore. And he was carrying a Tata bottle shampoo. Fortunately for us and unfortunately for him, the bottle broke and soiled his entire dress.
Okay.
Instead of blaming the Tata bottle maker or the oil maker or the suitcase maker or the airline, he said, hey, here is a problem. Can I fix it and convert to an opportunity? And that's called entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is your ability to think different. Can you look at a problem and say, here is an opportunity? Then you are ready for become an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is not about a Tata Birla surname. It is not about having lakhs of money in your bank account, or it is not about an MBA degree. It's about your ability to think different. My father, I remember I told you, he bought pharma products in bulk and put it in small packets. He connected the dots. That's called link thinking. And he connected the dot and he says, why not I make shampoo also in small packets? And he made his own machines. He made his own formulation and packed India's first sachet shampoo and launched it to the market.
Isn't it great to be able to solve a problem that you faced and unexpectedly bring a revolution in the industry? I have a doubt. Since their childhood and the childhood of this generation has a significant difference, I want to know about their thoughts on this factor. As we all know from the last video, childhood plays a really important role at the later stages and even in the mid stages of life, which is linked below, and please watch that video too. Now, let's see what they have to say about the differences in childhood.
Oh, those days, childhood is, we all used to think that our father is the Superman and the mother is the Superwoman, and they have got all the answers. For all the problems of ours, they have the answer. That's why we used to think. And when we actually graduate and we get into the college and we get into the real life, get married, we suddenly realize neither do they have all the answers. In fact, quite a few times they are asking the wrong question.
Okay.
This is not only intimidating, it is also inspiring. To take life in your hand and start driving your own life. Okay, that's something I want to leave it like that. Coming to your question, what is different? Those days, the mother will say, come home, don't be always be outside, you are always playing. Okay,
Yes, sir.
come home, they will be saying. These days parents are saying, why you are always in the room, in the home, please go out and play.
Yes,
They
sir.
are saying. Those days the parents, my mother will have a often a doubt between who is the fourth and who is the fifth. Okay, the number of children are so too many. Okay,
Yes,
the
sir.
mother will have a doubt in that. She will not even sometimes know which school I am studying, where I am going, where I am coming. They will not have a tab on everything. Okay, but they give us a framework and they give us a value system. After that, it becomes our life to drive it.
Yes.
Whereas in today's everything, we are handhold, we are all been fed. We have been spoon fed at every point, at
Yes.
every decision. Okay, there is one or two child at best, one child maximum. So the attention is everything is on the child. The child is never is allowed to do something on their own, even if they know how to do. So in the label of pampering, the child has become very weak. See, the caterpillar, when it wants to become a butterfly, it has to pass the pupa stage and then it has to become a butterfly. Okay, in the pupa stage, there is one teacher who are explaining to them, and he says, this is the butterfly getting ready, going through metamorphosis. Watch it carefully, and he will tell all the students, I will come after 1 hour, and he will be watching all the students will circle around that pupa, and they will be watching the metamorphosis. One boy was very nice fellow, extremely kind and extremely sweet, and he was not able to see the what they call the caterpillar struggle. Okay,
Yes,
so the butterfly struggle. So what he will do, he will say that he will cry, and after some time he will make the hole bigger. And once the hole is becoming bigger, the butterfly will come out with a very fragile wings. It will not have the power to fly, and then it will crawl, and some other guy will eat, and the butterfly will die without even flying. Lot of our parents are doing this now.
Okay.
They are hand holding the children to that extent that children become very fragile. They don't know to live their own life. That is a big mistake which is happening in today's generation. Whereas yesterday's generation, we did not have that luxury. Because of that, we have been put in that real world. We learned everything from the real world. But today, because of one child and two child, the parents and mother, entire this thing is on them. It has become an extremely tough this thing. And finally, the butterfly is not able to fly. That is one big problem I am seeing everywhere. So my request to all the parents is, do not handhold your children too much. Allow them. Children are through us, not by us. Each parent should understand that. Okay, and that is how the life can be really good for their things.
I think no, it has both. I would say one side, I would say they are very lucky that they are at this time where everything is there for them. There's so much of opportunity, so much of options. Just imagine in the lockdown, we would have never realized that online learning would become so big.
Yes, ma'am.
So classes are continuing. Children are going to, sitting at home and learning from home. So anything is possible. So we are in that age and space where technology has made it possible to have classes from home or do anything from home for that matter. Today we are also wondering why should we even have an office. So of course in our industry, you cannot sit at home and get your haircut. You will have to have a person to do it. You can't do it online, or you can't have technology to do it. But a lot of things can be solved by technology today and done very easily. So I think that is a big advantage that they have, and the kind of options that they have in front of them, the kind of exposure that they have today. The whole everything is global. I mean, anything you can have, whatever is happening across the world, they know at their fingertips. There's over the phone or anything, everything is there. Whereas, but somehow I think when we grew up, it was we definitely had just one channel. At least when I grew up, that I should say, TV would have had only one channel, and and playing was more outside with friends
rather than inside now.
Having fun. Yeah. Today it's all changed. Nobody goes outside. Everybody is sitting inside and is happy doing that. So one way yes, one way no. And learning means to read a lot of books. Holiday means you get a lot of books and read. Today reading itself is kind of gone off. You don't find kids sitting reading. This thing they rather watch on TV and this thing. So. It definitely has changed, but it also has its some part. I feel it's a little sad that they're missing out on a lot of things that children at that age should be doing, enjoying the outside and having real fun playing.
Yes.
So that I think they're missing out. I think we would have when we grew up, we would be there on the roads. All the kids of the neighborhood would be there, and
we would know everyone around the street.
Yeah. nobody will know when you have to come home, back home, unless your parents come searching for you later in the evening. Otherwise, you're out there the whole day.
Yes, ma'am.
But somewhere I realized in this lockdown, that's what we were doing. My own children, my daughter knew nobody in the neighborhood. But today with the lockdown, we are forced to be out. I mean, okay, ours is a closed neighborhood, so we have
Okay.
like a gated thing, so we can go out. We don't have to be stuck inside at home. So we in the colony. So we slowly getting to know our neighbors, meeting up with them, which we were not able to do because we were working. And then, the kids don't try to come out and make friends
Okay.
unless they're forced and introduced. So today, I think that's a nice thing about the lockdown actually.
Since he has experienced a lot from his first business, he would have applied all his knowledge to the growth of his wife's business when he joined in the later stages. But the question is, what were his learnings from his first business that we can apply in our own lives?
No, one of the important learning I have learned is the car has got four wheels.
Yes, sir.
One is what do you call marketing, another is sales, one is production, and another is finance. If one wheel becomes, if I am putting too much of air in marketing wheel only
Okay.
and not taking care of the finance wheel,
Hmm.
the car will go bust. Okay, business means you need to balance all the what they call this thing. That is the first learning. Second learning I have got is the business has got 6 stakeholders. The first one is the customer, second one is the employee, third one is the vendor, fourth one is the banks, fifth one is the government agencies, sixth one is the partners. Now seventh stakeholder has come, which is the planet. If you want the business to be successful, we need to balance all these 6 stakeholders. I used to take care of one stakeholder very well and leave the other.
Okay.
So now I have realized I need to take care of all the stakeholders. And then the third learning what I got is I used to think dream big and live big. My learning was dream big, start small and keep moving.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
So eventually you will reach that big place. That is my learning from the Raga failure.
Okay.
And the last one I always say this thing is how you think when you are down will determine how high you go. When you are really down, you should not think you have failed. That I have told myself I have not failed. My efforts have failed. That means something what I have done is not right. I have to go and correct that. I went and corrected that.
Okay.
Success is like knowing the combination to your number lock. If you put the number right, the lock will open.
Yes, sir.
The lock won't mind whether you are a male or a female, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, or black or white. As long as you are putting the number in sequence, the lock will open.
Yes, sir.
If you put the number 6 number right and last 2 number wrong, the lock won't open. Don't blame the lock.
Yes, sir.
Lot of times we blame the lock, we blame even the door. Okay, the problem is we are not putting the number correctly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood.
So what are you learning from that? So you have not failed. Your efforts have failed.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, more effort will only get you same number. You say 7 and 8 number, you are putting it wrongly. And if you now put the same number in different speed, it will not open. Identify why you have failed, why the lock is not opening.
Thank you for watching my video till the end. Hope to see you in the next video. I'll be posting the next video on YouTube at Wednesday 10 a.m. sharp, in which we'll be talking about their experiences and about the business naturals. Please subscribe to my channel to get notified and like my video to support my channel.